Let's start with wow. Welcome to 2023. This is your weekly transformational forecast, and I'm Veronica Lee. I said last week that I was going to start doing them on Sunday, but I may not. Monday really worked for me for almost 2 years, and I might just stick with Monday. So, your weekly transformational forecast for the week of January 9th, 2023. Wow, wow, wow. There are so many changes, so many things going on that it may feel like your efforts are sort of scattered. And yet, the pattern I'm seeing is as if the universe is pushing down on each of us, pushing down on you to bring forth that which you're here to bring forth. And as it does that, it's as if anything that isn't resonant, that isn't serving you, is sort of scattering out to be released. And in doing so, it can make you feel scattered, right? One of the things I'm seeing is that a lot of patterns for people are in some ways sort of on track, right? There's this sense of like, oh, I'm heading in this direction. This is what I'm wanting. This is what I'm doing, whether it's in relationship or career or in terms of your general goals. And in that, it's as if the universe is saying, oh, really? And pushing down to make sure that that focus is clearer. But again, that energy of what's not serving you seeping out, being released, scattering away. In saying that, it probably isn't very comfortable. There may be some physical issues. For example, I had a huge fever, recently, and then it came back last week. And I also have had some back pains. What I'm seeing are patterns that you've been really holding on to. Oftentimes they might be in the back because oftentimes the back represents our past and where we've been. And then lower back tends to be sort of foundational, right? So if we're really moving into these sort of foundational patterns that have been wanting to have transformation, then that area may be affected as well. The other thing I'm seeing is I'll call it, the energy feels like a new joy. And I don't quite know how to explain this, but the energy, it's as if your future self, your higher self, has brought you into more alignment. And in that, there can feel a little bit of, I was talking about the scatteredness or uncertainty, or yes, we're getting there, but things aren't really falling into place. But it's as if along with that is holding space for this joy that, let's say, your future self will resonate with and experience. And it's not to say, oh, at some point you're going to have joy. It's that it feels different. The type of joy I'm talking about feels different. It's as if a parent, for example, might be looking longingly at their daughter who's expecting her first child, that she can hold that joy of what it's like to be a first-time mom on, her daughter's behalf, let's say. And there's that palpable joy that's accessible to the daughter that she doesn't quite have her own experience yet, right? Because she's never had a child. She's only imagined it. But with that future self, the mother, let's say, coming back and saying, I remember this is for you, and here's this joy that's available. So that's the best way I can describe it if I were to use an analogy. Let me see if there's anything else happening. A lot of brain activity. I'm seeing a lot of, new connections in the brain. So it might make you feel a little dizzy, a little bit off, a little confused, but a lot of new connections happening. One of the other patterns I'm seeing is we're really expanding into a more multidimensional being. And in this process, it can feel both exciting and disorienting. So just paying attention to your dreams, paying attention to your state of mind, paying attention to things that seem, let's say, out of the ordinary, because those are the extraordinary that are coming in to show you your own gifts. So with that, we'll see you next week.